Hey everybody, Matthew Pillmore here, president of VIP Financial Education. Welcome to our VIP Financial Ed YouTube channel where we help people go further, faster financially. We've got another really exciting episode with Mr. Ryan Healy here today. We're helping him get access to more debt weapons. Make sure you stick around. All right, so here we are. We're talking about debt weapons. We already called one bank and we narrowed down a really great debt weapon vehicle for Ryan in his upcoming plans. Already saw the email come through from the banker. We got all the answers to questions that we had regarding that program, and we're going to do the same thing over again. So thanks for joining us here today. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you are constantly in the know on how to bank, how to borrow, how to leverage the right way, and how to get rid of this debt as fast as possible. It's great to create wealth with, and that's exactly what we're doing here. We're turning debt into wealth. So what we're going to use is what we call the debt weapon questionnaire. We're going to go ahead and make a phone call to a bank that has already reached out to Ryan. This is one of those promotional offers that many of us see in the mail or even are just solicited to us via email or phone. So we're going to reach out, learn a little bit more about this program, ask some of the questions so we can begin to narrow down exactly which tools we're going to spend our efforts on applying for right now and hopefully start adding to Ryan's growing collection of debt weapons. So let's go ahead and place the call. My name is Matthew Pillmore, and I'm the president of a company that helps people get access to banking products all over the country. And I'm sitting here with an associate of mine, Ryan Healy, that you had reached out to, and just wanted to call and gather some information from you regarding this product that you had solicited to him. And I'm wondering if you could kind of take a few minutes and answer some questions for us.
Yes, sir.
All right, that'd be great. Thanks so much. And keep in mind that, you know, if we can get some of this information and it becomes useful for us, then we can send you additional referrals as it's compatible. And furthermore, I kind of want to use this opportunity to help Ryan understand some of the language a little bit more regarding these tools. So just kind of wanted to ask some specific questions, underwriting questions if you could, and if you can help me learn a little bit more about this product, that would be super helpful. I think what you guys had solicited for him or to him was an unsecured commercial revolving account. Is that true?
Not necessarily. I was just reaching out to him, introducing myself as a business banker and telling him basically how I can help him with a lot of different tools that we have here. That is one specific tool, unsecured line of credit. We call it a cash flow manager, basically.
I love that name. That's great.
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask some questions about that specific product if you have a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right, great. So you guys obviously do a personal guarantee on that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the minimum credit score required for that?
I think the minimum it ranges between 670 or 680, around there.
Do you know which reports are pulled or considered on that decision?
Equifax is typically the main one that they pull. They kind of take median between the three.
Okay.
But it's typically the Equifax is the one that they take a look at.
I see. What other credit report criteria might be considered? Do you guys take into consideration bankruptcies, any type of mortgage delinquencies, foreclosures, or short sales? Are any of those allowed?
No, they are not allowed. So we do not take any foreclosures or delinquencies. We're really strict on those specific guidelines.
So if somebody has a bankruptcy from, say, 7 or 8 years ago, will that prevent them from getting access to this product?
Yes, sir.
So then just nothing on the report at all?
Yeah, you can't have the necessary bankruptcy that pulls up on the report.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, that does not apply to Ryan, just so you know. He doesn't have a bankruptcy.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just asking in general. And what do you guys consider for your maximum debt-to-income ratios?
I think we can go up to about 40%, 45%. It really just depends on, where you fall in. We do not do debt consolidation as far as business line of credit. Mm-hmm. So we can't consolidate any outside debt.
And do you know if this business account reports to the personal credit reports?
It does not. It actually reports to DMB. So if you were to be a personal guarantor, you would be a personal guarantor. However, it wouldn't necessarily show on your personal credit report.
But you do report to Dun and Bradstreet?
Yes, sir.
What type of documentation do you normally require?
It just depends on the amount. Typically what I do is I like to ask for 1 year business, 1 year personal, and then a supplemental form that basically details like the business debts and also personal debts. So that helps us get an understanding about the business cash flow, because of course we are a cash flow lender. And then at that point, I'm able to tell the business if we should move forward with lending. But anything below $50,000 is not subject to a financial review. I mean, it's kind of like a crapshoot if they ask for financials or not.
And so it would be based on other compensating factors, credit related and so forth?
Correct.
So do you require a previous relationship with the bank in order to approve these types of accounts? It seems to me that you guys have had that policy in the past.
Yes. We do typically look at previous history or previous lending history.
What is the ideal length of a relationship with the bank in order to get approved? I'm asking if it's required to have
a relationship. I mean, oftentimes I'm looking for new business owners to establish relationships with us, and maybe they'll get approved. So there doesn't need to be a time frame. I mean, they just ask the business needs to be in business for at least 6 months. The ideal customer would be in business for longer than 2 years.
And does this specific account have check writing capabilities with it? Is it basically same as cash?
Yes, you do have access to that, correct. You're able to basically, we suggest you open an account with us, because you do get if you're an existing customer, you do get a break on a rate in terms of a lower interest rate comparison to if you don't want to open an account. And we also ask for auto payment to make sure that the interest only payment is being paid out of that checking account. Would you also receive the interest break? So in order to receive the lowest interest rate, we would ask you to have auto pay and be a consumer of ours as far as having a business checking account. But at that point, most of our clients can do, write checks or do transfers into their account, which they could have cash access, correct.
What are the discounts for having auto and an existing relationship? Auto pay and an existing relationship knocks off how much of a percent?
1% for existing customer, and auto pay is 0.5.
So a 1.5% price break?
Yes, sir.
What are the annual fees on this account?
For anything under $50,000, it's going to be $150 for your annual fee. But for anything like above $50,000, which is typically $100,000, there's no annual fee. So there's also a price break, a rate break if it's unsecured or secured. So you can try to do unsecured, which is not basically secured by UCC loan, but most people would like the lowest rate, so they basically have the UCC lien being secured by the business to have the lowest rate.
Can you help us understand what that means, please?
So we have the two options, which is the cash flow manager, secured or unsecured. So if it's secured, it's basically secured by the general business assets of the business. That means place a UCC lien on the business for the general business asset. Say you're getting a $50,000 line of credit, we would place a $50,000 UCC lien on the business to secure it for to get you the best rate. However, we do have the unsecured product, but probably like 1% higher.
So it's a 1% price break for that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any industries that you're not currently comfortable lending on?
There's a lot of them. They're basically they're IRAM businesses. We're not comfortable lending to like car washes, marijuana businesses, anyone that's doing business with the marijuana industry. There's tons of them.
Okay. Any others that come to mind?
Hotels, massage parlors, cash businesses.
How about the real estate industry?
No, we do loans for real estate. Industries requiring additional risk mitigation, food services, casinos, racetrack, gambling, golf course, car washes, gas stations, convenience stores, tobacco, hotels, motels, churches, broadcasting, construction companies, freight trucks, moving companies, sightseeing, transportation companies, mortgage loan brokers, mining, oil and gas, real estate agents, credit card issuing companies. Those are all the high RAMs.
So real estate retail would struggle getting access to this program?
Real estate agents, correct.
Do you have a copy of that list that you'd be willing to email us so that we kind of know who would be a good fit for you and who wouldn't?
I can send it via email. I don't really have a copy.
That'd be really helpful.
Okay, perfect.
Can you go ahead and attach one of the applications for the commercial cash flow product?
I can attach some literature. Unfortunately, the application is more in person. We kind of would need to know our customer, and then we kind of walk through it. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be in person. We would do it over the phone since he doesn't really want to meet in person. So it'd be more over the phone, more casual, just learning about the business. And, of course, we ask ID information. So there's not really a written application. I mean, I could try to find one for you.
No, that's okay. We can certainly do that on a separate call where he fills that out with you. I'm also curious what the turn times are on approval right now.
Oh, they're pretty quick. I mean, I put one in on Monday. I got one already approved already, so it's probably 1 or 2 business days.
Okay. We'll have Ryan go ahead and reach back out to you to discuss the specifics behind his business and decide whether or not he wants to pursue this specific product.
Did I pass all the questioning?
We're going to have to talk about it after we get off the phone, but, it seems okay. It seems okay. I actually really like your bank a lot. So we've done a lot of business with you guys in the past and going to continue to send people your way. But this was a product when he mentioned that you had reached out that I wanted to get some additional information on and just use this opportunity to help him learn about these various products because there are so many and every single bank has, different expectations. So
yeah, definitely, sir. And I'm here trying to help businesses be successful. And it's important for me, I'm more of a relationship maker, so it's important that I'm building good relationships in the industry and building good relationships with everyone I meet to make sure that they're not receiving annual fees and make sure that their loan is going smoothly, and I'm being upfront with them with all the, ins and outs to make them feel comfortable that, I'll make sure I'm doing my job correctly.
I really appreciate all your help. We'll have Ryan give you a quick call back to go through details, and you guys can make some decisions as to whether or not you're going to proceed, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, my friend.
Have a nice day.
You too. Take care. Okay, so I think something important to take away from that conversation would be confidence of approval. One thing that is incredibly useful to go into the application process of debt weapons knowing is that this can be a real pain in the ass. And it often is. I mean, it's rare when I get something submitted and it's approved within days and I supplied very little information to get it and we get exactly what we're looking for. More often than not, we're jumping through rings of fire and scratching and clawing our way to a closing. And that's, if you're aware of that going in, the journey through it can be a little more comfortable. My recommendation is take everything with a grain of salt. You've got someone, I've never met him in person. I don't think you have either, right? So he didn't necessarily sound completely confident in every answer that he gave. And it's probably because I make a lot of these types of phone calls, so I can pick up on some of the red flags. When he tells you that there's a certain policy for checking credit, but then in the same breath explains a completely different policy for checking credit, it's fair to expect the possibility that once your file moves from banker to underwriter, there might be a different result than what you were originally told to expect. That can be one of the most frustrating things. And it's happened to me several times even within just the last year in my own personal application process. Several banks where once it got into underwriting and we got a conditional approval back, there were a lot of differences between what I was told from the banker and what the underwriter was saying. The bankers do not make the decision. The underwriters do. And there can be a significant disconnect between them. So go into it knowing that. Be prepared for the possibility of a worst case scenario. Of the last 19 some odd debt weapons that I applied for, Ryan, I was approved for the last 12. So 7 of those 19 were declined. It is part of the process. However, we have to know which one we really are going to be best benefiting from before we go out and start recklessly applying for everything in sight. So this is a very specific tool that we're looking into that's going to serve Ryan's specific goals. Make sure that your plan includes the right types of debt weapons for you. So schedule your free coaching session by just visiting freecoachingcalendar.com. Freecoachingcalendar.com will reserve you one complimentary exclusive consultation where we'll help you implement what you're learning from all of our trainings. And I just want to give a big thank you again to Ryan, who's doing everything that we're teaching and allowing us to share his story with you in hopes that it'll make a difference. So thanks again so much for joining us today. We'll go ahead and keep you posted on Ryan's progress as he's accessing his own debt weapons. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out all of our videos. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.